Hey, this is Michael, and today we're going to be solving a couple of problems. And for our first problem is, we're going to be considering the four functions defined below, and we're going to label the functions on the graph. So I'm going to show you how to solve solve one of these functions. And first we have to do is we have to solve for our x's and our y's. So we're going to say, okay, so px equals the square root of negative x plus 1 is the function we're going to be working with right now. Well, we're going to plug in this a 0 for y to solve for x. So 0 equals square root of negative x plus 1. We have to square both sides and lose the radical. So it's going to be 0 squared equals the square root of negative x plus 1 squared. Then that is going to equal and give us 0 equals negative x plus 1. Now we have to add x to both sides, and that is going to give us x equals 1 when y equals 0. So 1 comma 0. And that is where we have the 1 and 0 right there. Now that was our x, so now we have to solve for our y. And to solve for our y, we plug a 0 in for x. So y equals the square root of negative 0 plus 1 is going to give us y equals square root of 1, which is y equals 1, when x equals 0. So 0 comma 1, which is where we got the 0 comma 1. Now we do the same thing to all the other ones, and that's how you're going to figure out that that's where we got Q, P, R, and S. For our second problem, we are going to be rearranging the formula and solving for n. So, our given formula is C equals 5n plus 40 over 9. We have to rearrange the formula to solve for n. So multiply both sides by 9 over 5, and that's going to give us 9 over 5. C equals 5n plus 40 over 9 times 9 over 5. And so now we have to simplify, and that is going to the two 9's, they're going to cancel out. Then we're going to factor out the 5's. The 5 and the 5 cancel each other out. The 5 and the 40 give us 8. So we then subtract 8 on both sides, and that is going to give us 9 over 5c minus 8 equals n. Therefore, our answer is A. For our third problem, Brian has a megaball with a volume of 904.32 cubic inches. Sally would like to have a megaball with half the radius length. Well, our volume is 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So we know that, and we know our volume is 4 over 3 pi r cubed, and volume equals 9 over 4.32. So first we have to find the radius of 904.32 equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. We have to divide both sides by 4 over 3 pi to get r cubed. So that's going to be 904.32 divided by 4 over 3 pi equals r cubed, or 215.89 equals r cubed. R equals 3 square root 215.89 equals 5.99. So that is our radius to our first ball. Now we have to find the volume of the ball with the half the radius length by taking half and plugging it into the equation. So we're dividing the radius by 2. So V or volume equals 4 over 3 pi r cubed. So 5.99 over 2 equals 2.999. Volume equals 4 over 3 pi 2.99 cubed equals 113.039 or 113.04 when rounded to the nearest hundredth. Therefore, our answer is D. So for our fourth problem, an 8-foot ramp needs to be elevated at an angle measuring 10 degrees to be level with a step. Approximately how far does the ramp need to be away to hit the edge of the step? Well, we have our triangle there. So we are given our 10 degrees, our 8 feet, our 90 degrees, but we need to solve for our adjacent. Well, we have to remember SOHCAHTOA. So we have an angle of 10 degrees. We have a hypotenuse of 8. We want the adjacent. So we have to choose C equals A over H. So cosine 10 equals A over H equals cosine 10 equals A over 8. Multiply both sides by 8 to get A. So cosine 10 times 8 equals A. 0.984 equals 7.87. So our answer is 8.9 if rounded to the 10th. Therefore, 7.9 if rounded to the 10th. And so that is why our answer is B. For our fifth problem, we have the figure below shows right angles inside a rectangle. Based on the figure, which equations are true? Well, a cosine of an angle equals sine of a complement angle. Well, as you can see, all of our angles in those triangles are 45 degrees. So our cosine is 45 degrees and our sine is 45 degrees. Therefore, they are all true. For our sixth problem, right triangles PQR and TSR are as shown. What is the value of x if cosine P equals 2 over 3? Well, first we're going to take our two triangles and we're going to separate them. So we have P as one, Q and R as one triangle, and T, S, and R as our other triangle. Well, for our PQ and R triangle, we have one side is 10, one side is 15. So we have to remember cosine equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So cosine P equals 10 over 15, which is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is equal to 2 over 3. We have to find our corresponding sides, which is this triangle to this triangle. So PQ, P to Q is equal to 10, P to R is equal to 15, which is going to give us 10 over 15. Then we have our T to S, which is equal to 6. Our T to R is equal to X. So that's going to give us 6 over X. We are going to use cross products to find X. We're going to cross multiply. 15 times 6 is going to give us 90. And 10 times X is going to give us 10X. So we're going to divide 90 by 10. That is going to give us 9. So X equals 9. Thanks for joining us. I hope I did good on this test, and I'll see you in the next video.